After an all-pro season in 2020, rumblings and ruminations started bubbling up in South Beach this offseason that Xavien Howard was upset with his current contract. The X-Man believed his production against the league's top X receivers warranted a boost in his bank account, and the Dolphins agreed, sweetening the pot to keep their main man happy. So let's jump into the All-Pros tape and show you why this is a great deal for both parties. Howard has some of the best footwork in the entire league, regardless of position, showing a superb ability to pattern match receivers and stay locked on his opponent's hip. This is about as textbook as it gets. Top of your screen, and Xavien is matched up one-on-one with Josh Reynolds. He jabs his inside foot to match Reynolds' stutter on the line, before opening up his left hip to match the outside release and powering back off his right foot to keep up the explosive move. More great technique, reaching out to get a feel for his man, allowing him to know exactly where he's going to cut and be ready to cue on the ball. The throw's a little late, and Howard violently smacks it down. The Dolphins' defense is a cover zero, blitz-heavy look scheme, which gives plenty of snaps to evaluate Howard. But they also love to roll into cover 3, and Howard seamlessly blends in as a deep third defender. With a 3rd and long, the Jets are looking to run a sail concept, with the Dolphins initially showing an all-out blitz before rolling into a cover 3. The route concept should work against the coverage, forcing the flat defender to have to pick between covering the 15-yard out or the flat. The corner gets himself in no man's land, and both receivers are open. But here comes Howard to save the play, breaking from his deep third and zooming in to break up the pass. Rewinding, watch Howard's eyes and footwork, always laser focused on the QB during his backpedal despite the potential deep threat in his zone. If we pause on the windup, you can see Xavien already has his foot in the ground, ready to come back and break up the pass. Back in man again, and here's a difficult route that Howard makes look easy. The Bengals go play action boot, wrapping T. Higgins' corner route inside of the tight end. Howard makes sure to get his hands on him as early as possible, riding that hip like he's a dance partner and carrying Higgins into the deep field, forcing a check down from Burrow. The difficulty only increases on this rep. X is going to have to cover the same corner route, but this time his man is in motion and then gets a free release because of the stack. He does a great job of getting to the top of his receiver's stem, not falling for the outside release. And when Crowder cuts inside, he gets his hands on him and sticks with him on the cut. Howard then reads the receiver's eyes looking back for the ball, and he gets his own head around to track the flight. The ball definitely flutters a little due to the back-footed throw under pressure, but Howard does a great job to meet it at its highest point, knocking it away once again. To get paid like a top corner, you not only have to cover well, but make that ball yours. Howard is a master of reading receivers' eyes and getting his head around to track the ball. This is just a magnificent play from the Bengals game. Matched up in the slot on Tyler Boyd, Howard is going to have to fight over a pick and cover a wheel down the sideline. Watch how quick his feet are to almost cut out of the way of the pick. And as soon as he sees his man look back, he gets his eyes focused on Burrow. However, this ball isn't going back shoulder, so X has to flip his hips and retract the ball in the air, doing so effortlessly, high pointing the ball for the INT. Here's more perfect ability to read the receiver's eyes. One-on-one at the top of your screen, Howard again exquisitely matches the stutter outside release and gets his hands on DJ Chark, squeezing him into the sideline. When Chark looks back, X immediately snaps his head back too, running the fade route himself and completing the reception. And here it is once more. This time, Howard is covering the over route, something he was fabulous at all last season. As soon as his man gets his head back to the quarterback, X does too, undercutting the route for another interception. And in terms of attacking the ball, this is as good as it gets. Matched up one-on-one on the league's fastest wide receiver, Howard also has to deal with covering Hill on the inside slot, making it almost impossible to guess the route. He doesn't fall for the inside move and gets good contact on Hill's shoulder to slow him down. We've seen his fluidity and quick feet, and again it's on display here, flipping his hips to run with Hill on the fade. Once again, he reads his man's eyes, snagging a ridiculous one-handed beauty. Now this is high pointing the ball. When you've got such a ball hawk in the secondary, you can find creative ways to use him. We've covered Miami's creative blitzing and roll concepts in our full video on their scheme, but here's a quick taste. Miami has no players in a 2-point stance on this third down, giving Locke and the Broncos line no indication of who or how many are rushing. Miami only sends 4, rolling into a cover 3 on the back end, with Howard as one of the hook curl zones. The coverage completely fools Locke, who tries to force one over the middle, and Howard is all over it, securing yet another pick. Howard finished the season with 10 total interceptions, the first player to reach double-digit picks since Antonio Cromartie in 2007. And here's a final play I had to include. It's not a pick or even a pass breakup, but I think it highlights just how good his instincts and range are. Lined up in man on the outside, the Jets are going to be running double slants, trying to pick up some early down yardage. Nick Needham gets completely spun out of his boots, leaving the slot wide open. But watch Howard fight through his man and make a diving attempt to break up the pass. He's fractions of an inch away and this pass is complete, but I still think it's a heck of a play. Playing at an all-pro level, Howard showed minimal weaknesses in his game. Occasionally, he'll give a receiver too much space underneath, but that's more of a product of Miami's aggressive all-show, some-go defense. And he really struggled against Stephon Diggs in both games, but he also had a monster year. His only real weakness is he cannot tackle, and I mean he really cannot tackle. Luckily, he's got a disciplined team around him to cover for that. Miami made some smart moves by adding some incentives to keep Howard happy. X is clearly playing at an elite level, and keeping those blue chip talents happy and practicing in training camp will only make your team better. And the even smarter part is they gave up almost nothing to do so. They added $3.5 million worth of incentives to this year's contract, ensuring he gets a boost if he keeps up his production, and guaranteed just $1 extra million in 2022. Mere change for an all-pro corner. Smart moves and creative defenses have me high on the Fins entering 2021. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with us over the long summer break. We should be back to our regular schedule as the season picks up. Let us know in the comments what players and teams you'd like to see us cover next.